What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Brockalock, and I just watched this movie called A Christmas Horror Story. What this movie was, it was a collection of 4 shorter stories combined into one to make a holiday tale for the Yule season. I don't know what a Yule is. Yule! I have no idea what Yule is. I think it's like a blanket. Anyways, the 4 short stories. We had one where this family was driving to this old lady's house. Apparently it was family, whatever. And then we had these kids that were going to a school, like a haunted school, to stay the night or to research. And then we had the tale of, yes, how could I forget, the other family, this family of 3, mom, dad, baby, kid, going out to get a Christmas tree from a place that was no trespassing. And then lastly, our 4th story. Well, technically there's 5, but we'll get to the 5th one in a minute. The 4th one is Santa Claus, and his elves start to get bananas, and he has to murder them all. Yeah. By far, the cream of the crap here. All 4 of those stories are held together by Captain Kirk himself, T.J. Hooker himself, the Shat. He was like a radio host, and it's just not enough that I can't say about this fellow. So all 4 of those tales wrap around the Shat on his little radio show, and that's the movie. You see how it all comes together at the end. Merry Christmas, right? A few things I have to say about this movie. This movie is a hot mess, but Rudolph, bless it, for just being so darn cool. The Shatner is eternal, my friends. The thing about William Shatner is he doesn't speak so much as like just bleh. He's like belching his language right on out there. There's this one part where he reaches over to get like a family photo, and he turns around and then when he picks up the picture, he actually like no, he's like, this one's for them. I'm like, what was that? What was that extra? Where did that extra come from? It's the Shatner. That's what it is. It's the 4 tales, the 4 stories with Shatner drinking in the middle, and then they splice all the stories together, and then they jump from one to the next after each scene. But the problem is, it's a cornucopia of reindeer dookies. They could have just told each story sequentially, like, okay, the story happens. Oh no, twist. All right, well, this is another story. I would have been fine with that, because they're in their own way, each little story is kind of cool. But they did not do that. The highlight of all the stories by far is the pro wrestling Santa murdering elves who happen to be demonic or vampires or zombies. I missed that part. I think I was eating a cookie. There was this one part, the family that trespassed to cut down the tree, they're at home, they get back after the lady's like, no, we can't go in there, you're supposed to be a cop. How dare you set this example for our son? Jimmy, come back. And then Jimmy does not come back. He goes out there. I don't think his name is Jimmy. He goes out there. He cuts down the tree. They lose the kid. The kid comes back. Oh, yeah, spoilers. And then they come back, and it's whatever. So they're back at the apartment, and they're eating paschetti. Well, they're not eating paschetti. Just the little baby kid's eating paschetti because he is, like, forking it. He's ramming it in. And the dad's like, all right, kid, I think you've had enough. I mean, frankly, the kid was being a downright pig. So, yeah. You're done, kid. But then he's holding his hand there, and the kid just, stabs him with a fork. The dad doesn't even say a word yet. He's just like, and before he can even, like, backhand the kid across the room, the mom's like, no, I'll handle it. And then the dad's just like, and then he just storms out of the room. What? No. My kid just stabbed my hand with a dinner fork. I have questions, and I will get some answers. I'm at least going to get in his little baby face and give him the business. Sir, what if he stabbed you in your eye? Reginald, if you don't shut your little lip movement down, I will raise my kid not to put fork holes in hands, okay? No, he can't do that. Also, this movie added a new word to my favorite word list. It was actually the captions at the bottom. Yeah, I watch movies with captions because I can't hear anything. The word is glockenspiel. Let's say that one more time. Follow the bouncing finger. Glockenspiel. Yes. Fantastic word. Reginald, do you know what a glockenspiel is?
Yes.
Of course you do. What is it?
A glockenspiel is a percussion instrument composed of a set of tuned keys arranged in the fashion of the keyboard of a piano.
Like a xylophone.
Xylophones are wooden. Glockenspiels are metal.
You know what, Reginald? Please stop speaking. Don't speak again.
You asked me a question.
Especially if I asked you a question. Shut your little mouth. There's a scene where a family is walking through the woods after they wreck their car, and for some reason, I don't know, I was wrapping presents while watching this, and the dad hits something, he trips over something that triggers this mechanism that, and then he falls to the ground. But he must have hit the Christmas artery that runs vertically across the middle of the stomach because he is just gushing the holiday spirit after this. And the family handles it quite well. They're just like, they just kind of look at him and they breathe hard. And then the little kid, there's 4 of them. So then the kid, as he's bleh, the kid gets swept away. And then and dad's just left there making snow angels. They take off and he's like, ah. And then they just go after the kid. Now it's a panic, right? The kid's, Daddy, we understand you've done everything for us with your billions of dollars. You got this little Benz or whatever you're driving. But that kid, though, he is the future. And he will be somebody. And we must go save him. Heart. There's some culminating stuff at the end. You know, I don't want to spoil too much. I want to give you some reason to watch this movie, not just because I said it's really bad, go watch it, or it's really fun, go watch it. A Krampus creature is summoned. This Krampus creature comes, and he's fighting this girl, and he's chasing her. And then she falls. And then, in this most drawn-out little clip of the scene, he lumbers up in, like, this slow jog. And then she's holding the stick up with a pointy point on the end. And he just goes, ugh. Like, what? Millennia spent terrorizing generations of children, Krampus. And you're bested by a screamy little whiny whine on the ground with a stick pointed at you that you threw your face onto. What? Oh. He basically like guides it. No, it was his larynx. He's like, ugh. So that was the movie. Check it out. Merry Christmas. Better late than never. Reginald, do you recommend people watch this movie?
Well, if you like Christmas stories with 100% less triple dog dares, then go for it, I suppose.
And there you have it. Well, me and Krampus here are going to throw back a couple of eggnogs. And happy holidays to you and yours. Whatever yours may be.
Wet Dog Productions.